Exactly, and keep her moving. Yes, this is good. And then when she's there, slowly start to squeeze a little bit in your left hand. Say, hey, come loose to the inside flexion. When she does that, exactly, follow her up. And then when she starts to go there, yes, then you can start a little asking on the inside flexion. Say, okay, now your spine is aligned, which is great, but now you can also start to bend, right? You can also ask you, okay, now we can start to go a little further. And just kind of touch her and see what her response is. She's probably going to speed up a little bit and go up because we're asking her to change her balance a little bit. But just really slowly touch her and see if she will come loose on the inside rein. A little bit more. Yes, exactly. But keep her nicely connected on both reins. Don't let her become heavy. Yes. Good girl. And then slow down your posting all the way to walk. Keep posting, keep everything the same until she walks, exactly. And then continue with asking. Yes, until she drops. Good girl. And see if she'll drop a little bit more there. Take your hands a little lower when she goes down as well. Yes, this is better. And again, exactly that. Exactly, this is good, Tatum. Starting to look really nice. Yes, push her forward, keep her moving. Exactly. And then you can slowly ask a little bit on the inside rein. Going to keep the outside rein connected. Your hands a little lower when she drops there. Exactly. You can follow her down kind of, right? So it becomes a little bit more relaxed for you. Yes, this is it. This is good. And again, she still curls up a little bit too much, right? But it's very hard for her to start moving over her back because she hasn't done it as much, at least as long as I've known you. I haven't seen her like effectively over her back. So now she's using muscles she hasn't used in a very long time, right? So this is difficult for her. It's almost the equivalent of you having to lift like a crate of beer with outstretched arms, right? Which is very heavy. Exactly. So this is awesome. This is really good and become super soft when she's there and really reward her for it. Give her a little scratch on her neck. Say, good girl, this is what I want you to do. And lengthen your reins and just give her a moment to breathe. And say, good girl, awesome. There you go. So you're right that even when you extend her, she didn't come up, right? Now she's looking down. And she's exactly. So she's actually now she's starting to move nice and loose through her body. So looseness check, right? Awesome. This is what we want. This is really good. And then when you feel like she's there, nice and soft, again, ask her to trot and see what she does. And then trot, when you make the transition, you can give your hands a little, say like, hey, I give you room to move, right? So she can actually figure it out herself to organize herself and be balanced without you interfering in her transition. So whenever you're ready, always prepare, always make sure you set yourself up for success. And then when you say, okay, this is it, this is where I want her to be, great, then you start asking trot. Exactly. And we ask again, same things. Exactly, and we want her to move the rhythm, especially when she goes up there, that's fine. Exactly. Yes. Because she's just trying to figure out her balance again, and she is trying to figure out what you want from her, right? So she's still learning. If you keep this up, she'll pick this up really quick, and she's starting to understand, which is still like, oh, I don't want this, I'm trying to get out from under it, because this, of course, is a lot harder work than she usually does.
Yeah, for sure.
And then again, keep asking till we got her. Exactly. And then follow the track. And then when you get to the other side, make a serpentine, 3 arches. Keep 3, yes. So make it nice and big. And so just use your body and the opening of the reins to the outside of her neck to make her turn. But keep the rhythm the same. Exactly, keep the pressure the same on both reins. Exactly, this is good. Keep the rhythm. Yeah. She had a little bit of difficulty there.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to circle around me here in the center. Yeah, circle around me in the center. And then when you're ready, ask her to canter to the right. So put your right leg, your outside leg back, so your left leg back, your right leg stays on the girth. Then you lift your outside hand a little bit when you ask. And that gives her the room. Wrong, canter. Oh. Because she has to start with her left hind in order to go in right canter. Because it's left hind, and left front at the same time. And then right front. So by lifting that outside rein a little bit, that's good. This is awesome. You give her the room at the back to actually start cantering.
That makes sense, yeah.
Exactly. And when she's cantering, you push with your leg to keep the rhythm. And every time you do that, you squeeze a little bit on the outside rein. So push and squeeze. Push and squeeze. Because you have to keep pushing that energy in there from behind constantly. And push and squeeze. She becomes too heavy on your inside hand. Ask her to let go, right? Say, again, squeeze and let go. We don't want her to brace at all.
Yeah.
Let's try that again. Because you decide when she drops out.
Yeah. Oh God.
Keep her moving, keep the rhythm. There she's starting to search for relaxation, right? She's starting to push on your hand there, so that's really good. Yes. And again. Wrong canter. Oh, ma. Oh. Straight her back and immediately the same. Yes, that's what we want to see. So I like that you're making your turns very big and you keep her at a very big circle.
Yeah. So
that gives her more possibility to organize her body because she's not strong enough to do small circles yet. So that's really good. Just keep asking. If she's too strong on the inside, ask and let go. Put her on her own legs. She has to move. Yes. And then slowly ride her back. So this is the rhythm I want her to have in canter, right? So that forward. She has to have that energy, especially to the right because her right hind is a little bit weaker. She will run a little bit more, but don't be afraid to keep giving her leg because she needs that energy from you to start arching her back.
yeah, I was wondering about that, like, was the speed, like...
Exactly. No. So in the beginning, it always feels faster than you would like her to be.
Yeah.
But eventually, you can then ride that back. But she has to have that momentum to stay balanced. Okay. That's kind of the key there. Keep her rhythm. Keep asking her nice and down. If she's too heavy, push her forward a little bit and ask her, kind of make a little squeeze up with both reins. Say, hey, move on your own, right? Like, I'm not going to carry you here. There you go. And then slowly ride her back to walk whenever you feel she's nice and soft, and just slow down your posting. Keep asking everything the same. That's fine. Ride her back with your posting. Stay with me. Come under me. There you go. So whenever you're ready, ask her to trot. Exactly. Yes. And again, exactly. Take your reins a little bit shorter and ask her again. Say, hey, you should come through. Yes, good girl. And again. Yes, good girl. And again. Just keep asking till she, yes, good girl. And whenever you're ready, you can ask her to canter. A little more activity. Yes. Yes, good girl. And here the same thing. Push and squeeze on the outside rein. Push and squeeze on the outside rein. Push and squeeze on the outside rein. And squeeze and let go. Squeeze and let go. Squeeze and let go. Squeeze and let go. Yes, yes. And then when she starts to drop, you'll notice that she's going to slow down. So that's why you need to keep pushing her, because now she has to start, that was really good. She has to start bending her legs and absorbing the concussion in her soft tissue, which is very difficult for her, right? The same thing if we do a high knee run, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of energy. So just ask and let go until she drops there, ask and let go, ask and let go, ask. And she drops a little, become nice and soft, and drop your outside rein a little bit to keep it next to the other rein. Almost there. Yes, yes. She's starting to think about it, and slowly ride her back and home. Yes, yes. If she pushes there, push her forward. And will become nice and soft in your hands, so don't pull back. And just kind of let her fall there if you have to. Because that will push her back on her own legs and say, hey, carry yourself. I'm not going to carry you. And that's the thing, like by not engaging her, right? By not pulling back or holding on, she has no other option than to to carry herself. Or else she's going to fall on her face. And of course, she doesn't want that. So just don't let her tempt you to pull back or keep a heavy rein. Exactly, it's starting to look better. That's a better rhythm. And then when she relaxes, use your posting down, so the transition down to walk, use that as a reward. So when you feel her like, oh, now she's nice and soft and this is what I want, then just slow her down and just use your voice, say, hey, good girl, awesome, and now we can stop. The best reward for a horse is to stop working. So if you can use that to your advantage, that is perfect. There you go. Exactly. And then see if she'll stretch out for you a little bit. Yes, this is good. And she has to telescope out a little more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's starting to look really good, Tatum. Starting to look really nice. What does she feel like? When she's there, when she's here right now, what does she feel like?
She feels loose, and I'm not ever fighting her. It's like actually just like, I'm just like, hey, let's do this. And it's
Perfect, yeah.
a little agreement, you know?
Exactly. So now she's actually picking up the phone, right? She's coming in contact and saying, okay, hey, I want to talk to you. And that's the moment where you can slowly start to make the flexions, right? Say, hey, come loose on the inside, see how you do, keep your outside rein nicely connected, et cetera, et cetera. And that's where you can start to ride flexion and bend. But if her spine is hollowed out, the vertebra lock together, there's no bend. Nothing. She has no give in her spine. The moment she arches her back, everything becomes loose, and now you can start to manipulate her and say, okay, I want you to start bending left and right, and we're going to make you loose, and then we're going to work on straightness, so the same strength on both hind legs, right?